and life. Let's share this topic. Can streaming boost your channel? What do you think? Share your opinion in the chat. Once again, welcome to the stream. Can streaming boost your channel? What do you think? Write it in the chat. Welcome to this episode. Is a single person in a stream able to boost the dynamic of the channel's growth? We can discuss on it, and I do it for you to see, because I think this is a good question. This is really a good question. I should drink my coffee not with the right hand, but with the left hand, because then you can see the frog cup. Oh, it's still hot. I have to wait a little. But the frog cup is good. Yeah, did you see? The frog cup, it's big. This means I have a lot of coffee that will nourish me during the stream. So let's see who will join the stream. This is always something new. Every stream is new. We never know who will join the stream. But we will find it out. So why not chat top messages? I just want, welcome to the chat, learn more. Yeah, come on, open the chat here. I want to open the chat. Learn more. I don't want to learn more. Just go back to the stream. Come on. No, I don't want to stop the streaming. I'm fiddling with the buttons here. What is it? Plus, start a poll, start a Q&A. No, I don't want to start a Q&A. I just want to open community moderation, chat filter, top messages. I just want to open the chat. Why can't I go to the chat? Do you have to get another cell phone? None top messages. None fun funny on all messages. Yeah, all messages good. Stream. It just disconnects. I don't want this. I just wanted, and here, I don't want to copy. Isn't it possible to open the chat here? I have no clue. So I could do it with another cell phone. Let's see. This is interesting. On another cell phone, the chat is open. 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 But I don't like the sound. Because when I switch off the microphone, because when I switch off the microphone, it doesn't work. Exactly. It doesn't work. Exactly. It doesn't work. Exactly. It doesn't work. So let's see whether this works here. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. I already have a clue. Aha. The cable didn't work. Cables are dangerous. This is a new cable, but it doesn't work. Just wonderful. The cable didn't work. So let me greet you at least with a smiley. With a genie. With a smiley. Okay. Oh my God. We trust on the cable, and the cable doesn't work. Beautiful. It's good that I tested this right at the beginning. Otherwise, I had made the complete stream just with the inbuilt cable from the cell phone. This is the Frog cup. It's big. And it has a lot of coffee that serves me, especially in the beginning of the stream, where everybody is shy to write something in the chat. But people will get the courage to write something. They will be encouraged. So the motto of this stream: does streaming boost the activity of your channel? Let's find it out. And you can share your opinion. And I do it here. Can a single person in a stream help to boost the activity? Hello, Tobias. Hi, Tobias. So nice to meet you here. What brought you here? Share something. You have a question. You heard what I said before. Can a stream activate the activity of the channel? Can a single person in a stream get the attention that people say, oh, interesting. What is this for a channel? Who is this person? So, Tobias, do we know each other from this platform? Are you new here? Did you see already some of my videos? Or did you came from another platform? I'm curious. It seems you speak English. As you write hi, then it must be English. This message is held for review. Let's see the potential. This message review can be seen, but what is going on with this message? So review the message first. I am in Germany. Okay, yes, this is no problem. We don't have to hide this. This message was hidden. I am living in Germany. It was hidden. There must be strong rules. So this stream also comes from Europe, from Germany also. Hello. Man könnte fast in Deutsch reden, aber wir wollen ja international bleiben. Kennst du meinen Kanal schon? Do you know my channel? Did you see some of my videos already? That would be interesting. Because sometimes people watch the channel, but they never comment. And then in the stream, they say hello. So the stream might be a chance to get a better connection to the audience. So you didn't see any videos. Oh, okay. What is your interest? What do you prefer? What kind of videos? What topic? But this is a nonsense question because we have so many interests. Sometimes we look for a recipe. Sometimes we look for building a device. Sometimes we look for mental education. I think we do not always look for one niche. We have several interests, and whatever we are looking for, we find so many videos here. And therefore, I'm also not concentrating on a niche, because when I would always do the same thing, this would be boring for me and for the viewer also. Tobias Stuss said hi. Yes, hi. Probably you agree. I don't know. Have you been away? You didn't answer my question. Who else is in the stream? Just say hello. That would be beautiful. You can start with a favorite smiley, or share the town where you are watching this stream. And the topic is a stream able to boost a channel? What is your opinion? Is a stream able to boost a channel? Or are shorts better? Ich kann nicht so gut Englisch. Okay. dann wird es höchste Zeit, das Englisch ein bisschen aufzuwerten. Wie hast du den Kanal gefunden? Einfach nur durch Swipen? Wenn man natürlich jede Chance nutzt, wo man sein Englisch verbessern kann, das ist eine gute Alternative. Ja, mir war langweilig. Ah, interessant. Interessant. Okay. Das heißt, alles ist erledigt, alle Arbeiten sind getan. Kein spezielles Hobby, was jetzt irgendwo drängt. Ich will das jetzt tun, sondern einfach mal so ein bisschen chillen, kleine Pause machen, nebenher mal so ein bisschen die Streams durchgehen, was Neues entdecken. Ja, gute Idee. Wer ist noch im Stream? Who else is joining the stream? Es kommt immer drauf an. Manchmal ist mehr los, manchmal ist weniger los. Das weiß man nie, wann gerade die richtige Zeit ist. We never know when it's the best time to start a stream. We have to test it. And then we see. Sometimes people are craving for a stream, and sometimes you have the time, but the time is not right for the others. We never know. Und ich denke mal, so eine Tasse Kaffee kann man schnell mal in den Stream einschalten. Um zu sehen, so wie wenn man in ein Restaurant geht. Oder man trinkt mal eine Tasse Kaffee, man guckt mal. Hier ist fast ein bisschen besser. Weil die Leute können in den Stream ganz einfach reinkommen. Wenn man in einer Kneipe ist oder in einem Café ist, selbst wenn man einen Kaffee trinkt, meistens setzt sich keiner automatisch zum Tisch. Die suchen sich dann lieber einen eigenen Tisch. So, cheers, my friends. This is the frog. The frog has a crown. This is the biggest coffee cup that I have. So don't be shy. Share your town. Share your favorite smiley. A stream is not for being quiet. Imagine I would be quiet. Nothing would happen. And it happens even more when you write something in the chat. And otherwise, then it was just a streaming coffee, 20 minutes for a good cup of coffee, with a chance to meet new people. Look, the VIP guest is entering the stream. Hello there and welcome. The magic frog mug. Yes, the biggest mug that I have. How are you doing? I just said, okay, when nobody is available, then it's time to end the stream. And often this happens when I'm nearly ending the stream. The special guests arrive. Yes, but this mug I bought myself. Doing good. This is good to read. Wonderful. Did you get enough sleep? Yes. Tobias, sorry, ich muss weiter. Vielen Dank, dass du Bescheid sagst, dass du dich angemeldet hast und wieder abmeldest. Sehr, sehr nett. Ich dachte, du bist schon weg. Klasse. Komm mal wieder. Schau mal ein paar Videos an. Da kannst du Englisch lernen. Good idea, too. And you can even repeat. Du kannst immer wieder wiederholen. Ist gut zum Englisch lernen. Hab noch einen schönen Abend, Tobias. So there was just someone from Germany also. A new guest. Never talked to him. Very kind. Yes, the sleep. Yes, it was okay. I didn't have to work that much, so I could sleep a little longer. So I got the amount that my body needed. So you are still at work. Probably you are still in the office. Did you get the notification? Yes, I'm working from home today, actually. Wow, you have home office. Wonderful. So this is also included in your work life. Beautiful. This is very flexible. The benefits of COVID that some people still can use, whether you are in front of the monitor in the office or at home. Yes, it's very nice. And when people still have the trust in you, this is way easier. Okay, sometimes it's good to leave the house. When we do everything, eating at house, sleeping at house, working in the house, and the food comes to our house, then we never leave the house. So, but I think a mixture is good. Sometimes at home, sometimes go out. A good mixture. You don't have to be in the traffic. Yeah, it's way more effective. I imagine most of the work you do is from home as well. Not really. Look, my voiceover work I can make in my home studio. My video recordings, I have my own studio for sure. The stream here today comes from my space kitchen. But when I can give coaching sessions, this is also via video meeting. This is okay. But when the case of music lesson, I give in another town, so I have to leave home. And the mixture is good. Always outside is too much. And always at home is also too much. Because when you always see the walls, we see people when we go to the town, when we go to the underground, when we go, there are so many people out, and this is needed. We need contact to other people. And when we just are at home, over time it becomes really unsocial. And it is creeping more and more. You get separated from people and you don't even know it. Seems so normal, but you get less and less contacts. This is dangerous. I would imagine doing music lesson over a video call would be more difficult. We had this during the COVID time. There was no physical lesson, and it was challenging. Interesting is when you are an experienced teacher and you know any deed, especially when you know the student. For example, when we have a beginner, it is hard because sometimes we have to see the whole person, we have to interact, we have to touch the person to give some examples. But when the students are already a little evolved, and when the ground technique is already well fit, then we just give some certain hints and the student knows how to bring it to the sound. So in case of new students, it is really uncomfortable. But when we have the students for several years, they know you know them, you know what their problems are. And then it's easy. It's a different way. Sometimes we have to listen twice, make it again to get the verification of what is really wrong. But it's nearly the same principle. You have the student, he plays something. Sometimes it's a little bad because the quality, the student's microphone, the student's camera is not that good. I have my professional microphone, I have my professional camera, so at least the students can see me professionally. But the students with just a cell phone or an iPad, this is a bad quality. So it is a challenge. And some things, when we have the physical contact, we make it in the most effective way. And when we have a video meeting, we get some detours that at the end come to the same result. It's just a different way of teaching. So it is possible, especially when you know the students for several years. Yeah, it is manageable. We can really do this. And so many people said, oh no, this is not possible. For example, I have adult students and they said, no, I don't want to make a virtual music lesson. I don't believe that this works. This was their decision. I can't force them. But the younger students, 10, 14, 16 years, they had no problems. They live with the internet and with the display. And for them, this was cool. We made it in a different way. And they found it even interesting that their teacher is able to manage all these things via a video meeting. So it was impressive, even for the younger students. Most of them are younger students, but the last student that left, he had problems with his shoulder. I think he was 70. I have another woman, she is 55 or 40, 54. So nearly all ages. And it starts with 6, 7 years, mostly between 10 and 18. Yes, and this older man, he had lessons with me, I think 16, 18 years, probably even 20 years. And he became really good. When when we're always practicing every week and every time get better and better and better. So they reach a high level. Which instruments do you offer to teach with? One you teach the most? Look, I teach clarinet, guitar, and piano. But at the school where I'm working right now, I only give lessons in clarinet and guitar, classical guitar, and electric guitar. But it's completely different. The coffee is empty. And let me switch to water. But as I said, this is just, I never wanted to be a music teacher every day of the week. This is a little boring. I might have to pick up clarinet again. It was so fun when I was in school. Yeah, I already told you this. I already told you. Clarinet, how many do you have? You mean instruments? Look, in case of clarinets, I have just my professional German system, A and B clarinet. So the normal is the B clarinet. And for orchestra, you also have the A clarinet. But I also tested the French system, and that's it. I never had, because this instrument delivers everything that I want. It's in a perfect shape, and there's no need to have another instrument. With guitars, it's quite different, because every guitar produces another sound, and guitars are also not that expensive, so it's easy to buy another guitar. And especially in the case of electric guitars, they have a different tone, a different way of playing. So in case of electric guitars, we start to collect them. Classical guitars also. But in case of woodwind instrument, it's better to have one that is perfect shape, and then you have everything what you need. Why should you have two instruments that are not good? It's better to have one that makes everything. Do you use a pick when playing guitar? I know some people do and don't. Look, when you play the classical guitar, you do it with your fingernails. And on the electric guitar, mostly it's played with a pick, but there are techniques where you also can use your fingers. You can even make a mixture, pick and fingers. So both is possible. It depends on the song you want to create. I always say the sound that you want to create decides the way you play it. And on an electric guitar, nearly everything is possible. So what is the sound? How should it sound like? And then you use the right technique for it. And then you decide, pick, not pick, both. Yeah, that makes sense. It's always the sound decides what kind of sound do we want to create. And there are always a lot of sometimes small differences. If you only had to play traditional electrica for the rest of your life, what would you pick? This is not a valid question. This question is not allowed. No. Look, there are a lot of classical guitar players that never touch electric guitar. And most electric guitar players cannot play the classical guitar because the finger technique is complicated. Yes, and when you touch both genres, you should continue with it. Sometimes you make more this, sometimes you make more this. It depends. Sometimes you eat more spaghetti, then you need more pizza, then you need more salad, then you make a water fast. Which one did you learn first? This is a good question. I started with electric guitars. Went to rock bands, jazz bands, and all this stuff, and even a band that makes dance music. This band brought the most money. And then I said, oh, playing music is so much fun. I want to make it my profession. And at this time, there was no chance. When you want to learn, when you want to study music, you have to touch the classical genre. At this time, there was not a chance where you can learn electric guitar or jazz guitar. When I wanted to study a classical guitar or nothing, so I said, okay, and I left my bands. I put my guitars in the bag. How can we call it? The bag. What's the name? What's the name of it? Oh my God, cover. Case, yeah, case. Yes, case. Yes, I put my electric guitars in the case. I never touched them, and I focused completely on classical guitar. Practiced a lot, and then I was able to succeed, because when you want to study music, you have to there's a proof. Only when you succeed the proof, then you are able to any other studies, you just need the right notes. But in case of music, you have to show that you are able on a certain level. Otherwise, you can't. And this means I had to work, train, practice. And yes, I succeeded. Have I ever played bass guitar? Yes, I have. I have 3 basses. A bass without frets, and 2 basses, an active bass and a normal bass. Active means with electronics. But I didn't play it that much. But it's easy, because you are already comfortable with the guitar, and mostly we play the bass with the fingers. Hardly you play it with. You can even play it with a pick, but mostly it's played with the fingers. And as you play classical guitar, you also play it with the fingers. You have the technique already, so it's easy. What's the thing called? The clips onto the frets? I forgot. The clips onto the. You mean the capodaster? The capodaster. I don't know whether what's the name in English. The clips onto the frets. Probably the capodaster. That you tune your guitar to press this. Makes it easier to press the strings. Makes it easier to press only when the guitar is not well built. When the guitar is really well built, you can press the strings in any fret. But in this case, you can't use the empty strings. This is the problem. The empty strings, the capo, oh, it's called the capo. Capo, we say capodaster or capo. or capo. No, capo. We say capodasta. And but when the guitar is well built, especially on the fret 0, it must be all in tune. This is the magic of the fretboard. It should be working from 0 all the way up. And this is often, it must be well done by the luthier. And then it's also something about tuning. So the guitar with the humidity and the temperature is always, it is wood. It is always changing and moving. So once in a while, it has to be adjusted again. This is part of the show. Have you ever heard of Guitar Center, a really popular store in the USA? I think there are a lot of guitar centers. And I remember I saw some videos. And I think they even have a YouTube channel. We have a big one here, a really big one. It's quite close. The name is Thomann. Probably it's the largest music store in Europe, probably in the world. Do you have a favorite riff to play on the guitar? No. When it's beautiful, I don't like to play riffs from others. I prefer to improvise and create my own music. There are so many riffs out there, and it's hard to play them. And finally, you can play it. But why? Just to make a YouTube video, I can play it too. And now, am I as good as the person that played the riff? No, because he has so many other stuff. We can't compare musicians. So competition between musicians doesn't make sense. I heard one song here, a traditional guitar. It sounded so good. Yes, I uploaded some on my YouTube channel. This was more a fun project. There are so many guitar players that play these famous riffs from David Gilmour, from Pink Floyd, or from Steve Vai. Yeah, now I can play it. Am I as good as he? No. I just learned this one piece. How is it called? How is it called? Not copying. All these bands that covering, they cover all the songs. It is hard to cover a lot of songs that they sound original. The problem is people have the original sound in their mind. And when it's not the same, they say, this is not good. Just because it's not the same. It could be beautiful. It could be even better. But people always have the original in their mind. But when you make something new, you are unique. You are the original. It's way better. And it's way more creative. So I think it's better to fiddle around and to invent some melodies, even when these are simple melodies. A melody is not good because it has a lot of tones from the quantity. This is way deeper. It depends on the melody, the rhythm, the tempo, all these parts. There are simple melodies that are hard to play, even if they have very few notes. And there are this is mostly not that difficult. It sounds, well, this is difficult because you plays a lot of note in a few seconds. But it's not that difficult. It's just you are a good typewriter. But music is something different. One thing I've been wanting to learn is drums. Yes, learn drums. Get an e-drum. You don't have to get a complete drum set. First, practice with an electric drum. And when you're good and you have the skills and you know how this sounds, then you choose your drum set, your physical drum set. Yes, electric kids, you don't want to make a lot of noise. Yeah, this is wonderful for training. I think even when you have a drum set, we should use both. There was a time when I was studying music, I loved to play the piano, but I also had my clavinova, a digital piano. And I wanted to learn more. And at home or where I was living, I couldn't make the noise. I got my digital piano, get my headphones, and I practiced the piece nearly ready. And the final upgrade I made on the real instrument. So I think this is when I wanted to learn drums, I would start with an electric kit to get the feeling, to get the sound, the imagination, and the sound to know how the sound sounds. And then I'm already nearly a professional. Then I go and choose a good drum set that sounds exactly what I trained before. And the sound possibilities, the sounds that we can choose, like a synthesizer from the sample, this is amazing. They can sound in so many ways. This is nearly a studio recording inbuilt in the drum set. So this must be very tempting. I would start with an electric kit, and when I'm good, then I buy a real drum set. I get so jealous when I see. No, don't be jealous. Be encouraged to start your career. I messed around a little with a keyboard, but never learned chords. This is so easy. Probably you should get the right teacher and then focus on it. Everybody can learn this. When the interest is there, it's just make one step after the other. Just find the right teacher and say to the teacher, what do you want to learn? Because on the piano, it's also, because when we start as a kid, okay, we can make the whole procedure. But when we are adult, we already have our expectation. And in this case, I would say, what do you want to play in the church? Do you want to play Bach, Beethoven, Mozart? Or do you want to be a keyboarder for a band? Or do you want to improvise jazz? This is completely different. Classical play has nothing to do with jazz. And being a good fit in a band with the background vocals, with the background chords and everything is completely different. Or do you want to work at the opera to just be the professional keyboard that is replacing the orchestra? Completely different. There are so many ways how we can use the piano. So decide what you want, get a good teacher, and then make the piece ready. And only when the piece is ready, get the next piece. Success after success after success. It's better to be able to play 5 pieces than 50 pieces that doesn't sound good. So this is all strategy. Believe me, this is just strategy. Yes, this is exactly what I said. There are people that play even without being able to read music, especially jazz. When you give them a sheet with classical music, they can play it. They can't play it. Give them a month. They can't play it. They can't play it. But they have the chords, they have their melodies, they have the rhythm. What they can do, a classical piano player can't do. It's so different. It's not just piano. It's a different instrument. Playing in a band, playing jazz, or playing classical music, this is a completely different direction. And one has nothing to do with the other. And most people don't understand this. You play piano, then do it. No, I can't. Why? Where do you can't do this? One thing has nothing to do with the other. And we should be aware of this and train what we want to learn. And then success comes one after the other, after the other. So this is just strategy. How often do you just sit down and play piano for fun? Good question. Normally not. Normally, I could do it when I want. Instead of making a stream right now, I could sit down and get my instrument and play. The possibility is there, but I don't do it. Once in a while, I even think for myself, I should play more this instrument. I should play more this. Yeah, but. There's also a but. When there is a reason, then we have a goal. Okay, then it's easy. But without a goal, it's sleeping. It's sleeping for the moment when it is requested. This is the downside when you are a professional musician. You could play the whole day. You could play but you only make. I don't know what happened. The sound was away, but I fixed it quickly. Piano stream would be amazing. Piano stream would be amazing for you. For many people, it's not. For many people that are not interested, they see someone on the piano. They don't like the music. They don't like the scenery, the background. They don't like the music that they play because they have different favorite music styles. It is not easy. I tested this out and I already realized everybody has such a different taste. And when you play something different, they swipe away. This is the reason why I made some music videos to test whether people like it or not. And I came to the conclusion, mostly not. And imagine you are a piano player and you just share on YouTube music videos where you play the piano, one piece, and then the next piece, and then the next piece. And mostly pieces that you don't like. The player likes them. Okay, there might be people, but playing music is an inner success story that is hard to share. When I play music and I like the sound, some people, only few people can get these feelings, others not. So it's not that easy. For example, all the jazz players, they are in love with their music, and they are crazy for it, and they for them this is like a musical drug. But for someone who is not into this sounds strange. They can't get because music is a lot of mathematics. Yeah, so first we think a piano stream would be amazing. But when we do it, then we see it's not that easy to realize. Also want to ask how to deal with procrastination and what are some good ways to avoid it. I shared a lot of videos on this topic. Procrastination in what kind of topic? It's something that depends on the topic. Procrastination in learning the instrument or maybe paperwork or going to work at all. It really depends. Because the focus is always different. I think when we are really talk the truth, everybody has this problem with procrastination, and mostly with the things we don't want. The things we want, we make them right away. But procrastination, this is something that depends on the priority. And all these things that are on the priority list really low, this is where we start to procrastinate. But when there's a favorite thing, we don't procrastinate. The problem is, why do we think that we don't need it? Then we filter it out. Is it uncomfortable? Why is it uncomfortable? Do I make it the wrong way? Would there be a better way to do it where I see more success? Probably I make something and I don't see the success in a speed that I'm expecting. And then I say, all the work, it doesn't work. And then we start avoiding it. Welcome to procrastination. I think before I struggle with fear of failure, that makes me procrastinate something. Yes, fear of failure means there is a chance that I am not succeeding. And when I don't see the success, then I try to avoid it. Why should I deal with something where I probably won't win? Then I throw it away. But this is just a form of strategy. We could use the salami technique. A small step. Wow, wonderful. Another step. We shouldn't reach for the big goal too early. And this is mostly when we just divide it in small steps. Then we see the success. Wow, I succeeded. Okay, I make the next step. Wow, I succeeded. Wow, now it makes fun. And when we see success after success, there's no more failure, especially with flight school. I don't know the structure of this flight school. Probably you had to do too much things in a very short time. But I think when the things we should do match the time, then the next success is guaranteed. And when this is done, then comes the next step. It's mostly, it's like a pyramid or like a ladder, one step after the other. This is the best way. But when we don't see what is the best structure, we need a good instructor, a good coach that helps us to divide the big goal into small parts. This is what I see when I ask too much from my students. Well, exactly no. When I ask for this, they can't do it. Then they will get frustrated. And when this happens over time, they try to avoid it. They even say, I don't want to learn the instrument because they see this is only trouble. There's no success. I have no fun with it. And when I ask too much as a mentor, as a teacher, then the student will give up. But this is my problem. I shouldn't ask for it because the student is innocent. He has not the clue to know what comes after what. So I think in this case, we need a better mentor, a better teacher, a better coach that helps. Because sometimes we want our desire so much that we ask too much from ourselves. We think, oh, I have to do this because I want this so much. And then it doesn't work. But in reality, we wanted too much from a short time, what doesn't work. So to get the right structure in learning, and this goes with anything. Whenever we learn something, what we learn should promise the success in a short time. Then we say, whoa, I got it. Then I'm ready for the next step. And we can compare this to instrument, flight school, normal school, anything. But when the request is too big, then the teacher asks too much, then it's programmed that the student will give up. He has no other chance. Yes, small steps every day or every week, and have a plan and celebrate success after success. When you think there's no success, then the chances of procrastination, it's obvious. Procrastination must come because nobody wants to dive or swim in cold water. When the water gets too cold, we want to get out. We want to leave the situation. And procrastination is leaving the learning situation because we don't feel comfortable. Because when we feel comfortable, we do it. We make it with pleasure. And sometimes when we learn new things, it's already hard. So the ambience should fit to the whole situation. The same goes with a partnership. When we ask too much from a partner, over time, he will feel this is a mismatch. Because I'm expecting too much. I want the progress too early. I want that the person changes, is like me, whatever comes in our mind. believe it or not, this topic procrastination, this is always new. So many people suffer from this, even when they know this, but they don't see a way out. Sometimes I even pick myself. Wow, I avoid this. Ah, okay. Yes, we need the reminder very often. We need the reminder very often, way more often than we think. When the people says, I am immune, I don't trust this. Nobody is immune, because it depends on the priority. There are things, when we have a big priority, we do them. We are motivated. But the downside of the priority, these things that have not that big of priority, not even the desire, the fun to do them, they are the slow runners of the procrastination. And everybody is affected. Everybody's affected, believe me. It's already good when we see this, when they see, okay, I'm involved in this problem. Then at least we can think on it and get closer and fix this. Otherwise, and if we don't fix it, nobody will fix it for us. So let me see the stream time. Wow, I started with a cup of coffee and now we have 1 hour and 8 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. I think I will use the time to get to the supermarket. It's still open, to find some things for the night. So this was an interesting stream. We talked on many important things. We always have good topics, Luke. Wonderful. I appreciate that. You're a very interested person. Cool. Really cool. So this means, to all the guests, there are no guests, even better. We came to the natural end of the stream. Thanks for chatting, Luke. It was a pleasure. Once again, always good. Greetings to Florida. I wish I could sit at the beach in Florida and go to crab heaven. I think I will buy crabs. This is a good idea. I think I will go to the supermarket and find some crabs in memories of my Florida time. And I will eat 1, 2 for you also. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. Yes. I hope they have, but pretend you're in Florida. Yes. Florida will see me. When I once get a big YouTuber, and I can make my filming material in Florida, I will do it. Therefore, I must stream to boost up my activities here, that I can become more mobile. With a parrot, exactly. Or to buy some more parrots. Yes, but the parrot is easy to get in the case. Okay, thank you so much. We meet us soon.